Okay, on this episode we're going to talk about rural internet and more specifically Starlink and how great it's worked for us. The choices for internet right now, for rural at least, like a cellular hotspot, if you're lucky and the government has ran, or the county or whatever has run in fiber, which most places it's not happened. And as you could have seen by the hurricane and flooding that's happened in the south, Starlink was what was used. It was actually, believe it or not, Elon Musk offered it to the government when they were trying to do the rural internet infrastructure, and the government turned it down and came up with a 10 times more expensive alternative that didn't work. And then they ended up going back to Starlink. So it's one of those things, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If there's not a better solution, don't look for one. As you can see, it's getting pretty windy now this time of the year, but Starlink, what is it? It is satellite internet. It is also not cheap, but if you need internet in a rural area, it is the best option by far. We've tried it all. We've tried lower cost satellite internet such as HughesNet. We've tried DSL through the phone lines. None of those really work that good. You know, they might let you stream some Netflix, but my wife works remotely. She's in video conferencing all the time, probably 8 to 10 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and really needs fast internet. I use it for uploading YouTube videos. Some of these videos, you know, they're multiple gigs in size. When we used to have HughesNet, when my channel wasn't that popular, but I'd still upload a video here and there, it would take hours. With Starlink, it takes minutes. So I'm gonna go what's required. I think right now there's no waiting list for Starlink, and it's available almost everywhere in the United States. What you need to do first is order the kit, Starlink. So you get, the basic kit is an antenna and then a router that's also like a Wi-Fi router. It's literally two pieces, your antenna and your router. We have version 2. They do have a new version 3 that's out, but I think version 2 is far superior. Version 2 has an antenna that you mount, and you need a clear view of the sky, but as you can see, we're pretty wooded and we got that clear view of the sky. What people don't realize is if you mount it up on your roof, it tilts on its own, and it's usually a pretty steep angle. And as long as you have trees around you, as long as you have an opening, you just need that opening. And our version 2 satellite, it's motorized, and when you cut power or turn it on for the first time, it will rotate on its own and find the signal. It also has its cable that you have to run from the antenna into the house to the router. That cable also powers a heater on it. So if you get some frost, some snow on it, it'll melt off. And it also, like I said, the homing function where it will move. So it uses a little bit more power, but it is a phenomenal antenna. The new one is a newly designed antenna that you just mount flat, and you leave it in one position, and it's kind of it needs a wider path, I believe, and it's a little bit different, a little bit more expensive. When we bought ours, the Starlink antenna and the modem, the whole kit, was like $5.99, and then it's about $125 a month. The good thing about the Starlink routers is they offer the mesh capability, and what that is you can do mesh Wi-Fi. So we have a router in the house, we have a router in the studio, and then we have a router in our third building, and they connect together and they create a Wi-Fi range area. So right now I've got wireless Wi-Fi cameras around the property there. Like right now I have Wi-Fi right where I'm at outside. So it's a great solution. The version 2 dish requires that extra power to run the heater and to run the motor in there. It's a little different. But those version 2 routers are about $100 right now through Starlink. It's kind of weird if you go to like Amazon or some other place, eBay, they're actually more money for used ones, but you can get brand new ones. This wind, you can get brand new ones for about $100. So right there is the Starlink router in the house. I've kind of got it aimed out a window, and if you look, I'll show you, it's kind of aimed towards the blue building, and you can see the window over there. you can actually see the other Starlink router in that window. If you look in the top left corner, you will see the other Starlink router. And that's how this one connects to that one. And then the other building, I just have it aimed at that one in the blue building. And we've tried them all. We've tried, what is it? There's Nomad Internet, which is cellular. The prices are all roughly very close to Starlink, but nothing is compared to Starlink. When I go to upload a video, a couple gig video, it's minutes. It uploads in mere minutes, where other things take a lot longer. So keep that in mind when you are looking for rural internet, because the options are few and most not that good. But hopefully this is helpful, because connectivity is a great thing when you're living rural and away from people. Because my wife and I, in general, we go weeks sometimes without seeing people. So it's kind of nice to, you know, she sees people in her weekly meetings. I chat with people via YouTube, but it's one of those things that it's nice to have the connectivity. I can communicate via, you know, social media, YouTube. My wife can work, you know, check the news. We have Netflix and Discovery Plus, so we like to watch, you know, the shows like Off-Grid Living and Mountain Men. But I do like Discovery Plus. And then I also have YouTube Premium with no commercials. I really enjoy that because I watch a lot. Even though I'm on YouTube, I still watch a lot of YouTube. So I enjoy it. It's just such a, the way my brain is, I can go looking into, you know, off-road Jeeps one night, and then the next day I'm, you know, Bigfoot documentaries and things like that, or conspiracy theories, and I can just go down the different channels and watch some good shows. Hopefully this is helpful, because internet is very important. I know a lot of people, and I'm saying in the modern homestead, there's people out there that homestead and they live like, you know, like 100 years ago, and that's cool, but it's just not how I am, not how I want to live. I enjoy technology, limited technology. I embrace it. I still like it for communications. Still looking into some satellite communications, phones, things like that, because internet, believe it or not, our phone signal is horrible here. We have a cell booster in the main house. I have my phone, I have an iPhone, switched to Wi-Fi routing. So my cell phone will pick up our mesh Wi-Fi network, and I have cell signal right here. If it wasn't for that, I probably would have like maybe one bar right here where I'm standing. But right now I have full bars where I'm standing due to the mesh Wi-Fi in this area. Starlink's pretty easy to set up. Like I say, you just need a clear opening, and as you can see, this is the opening we have right here. There's some trees around us, but there's a clear opening, and I'll show you that right now. Okay, so there's our Starlink antenna. As you can see up there, it is, and if you notice also the light is not on, because that's the light that I fixed. That was driving me crazy because it buzzed, but I got a new one up there. But you can see the antenna is not very big. I've actually got the cell booster mounted to the mount for the Starlink. It's just a big J-arm up there, pretty easy to mount. And then I think you get about 100 feet of cable, and it just runs into the house. So right by our front door to the side of it, I just drilled a hole, put a grommet, and then ran the Starlink cable through. We needed something quick, simple, and that's how it was hooked up. Okay, so as you can see, right now in the barn dominion, we've got Wi-Fi pretty much throughout the whole place. Signal travels pretty well, but I mean, we don't have a big house, but the Wi-Fi mesh system was originally designed for a lot of these people that have these really big houses. So you can put a router on each floor and it'll strengthen the signal. So if you're like us and have a smaller house, but you have buildings nearby you, you could take, you know, that same idea and put the routers in different locations on the property, and they should still communicate. You can use your cell phone, like a signal strength app, to make sure you're getting the signal, and then follow Starlink's instructions for joining them into a mesh network, and then go from there. But it's a pretty easy setup, and hopefully this was helpful. Sorry about that. Walter was getting jealous, and he needed some some time, Walter time. We've actually been using Starlink for quite a few years now. We used it at our old homestead in Wisconsin and just transferred it out to here, and it's been just a great internet service. We've had pretty much zero problems. Outages have been like in seconds to minutes. I would not even say minutes, I would say seconds. You might get a drop here and there and signal strength, but then it's literally the best service we've ever had. When we've had even cable services in like neighborhoods and things like that, we've had problems where you get down services. I pay for my parents' internet and they have cable internet, and I just got notifications all day today that the service is down, and it happens all the time with theirs. Starlink is very secure. I feel like it may start getting slower with more people using it, but at the same time they're putting up more satellites, so they're building it up better. So hopefully this was helpful, and then until next time. And I had to come inside, the wind was getting a little too strong, but thanks again, and like I said, till next time, thanks.